All right, we're back. And now we have a wonderful mind, a Zerg player that I also love and despise at the same time. So yeah, let's unmute and welcome. Hello, Origin. How are you doing?
Right, thanks, and you. Just a bit fluish, but all right. And you
Oh, a bit
guys?
fluish.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too good, honestly. But hope you're gonna do better.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, I believe you sent 2 replays. Ooh,
Yes.
and this is going to be really good because I actually haven't seen your game versus Gulpy. So let's just get it.
No worries.
I was thinking about it, Zizzly. When are you going to use the Discord command? Because you wanted to get in my Discord so badly. Yep, there we go. You already landed. You already landed. Let me give you a mousy roll. Let me give you a nice mousy roll. We're gonna give you the E roll. We're gonna give you a mousy roll, and I'm going to give you. And finally, I'm so glad that Spotify just loves to stop my music when I am actually talking on Discord with someone. It is what it is. So we have 2 nice replays. Are we doing 2 replays or we're doing more?
Two is fine.
2 is fine. Yeah, it's already kind of late. Ooh, we have a ZvZ. Okay, which one do you want to start with? The ZvZ or the ZvT?
We can stop with the ZvT.
Okay.
ZvT one, I think, is a bit short.
No worries. I'm still expecting the same nice in-depth stuff. I'll also do the same thing with you as well. So I'll promote you to lobby host, and you can actually start whenever you're ready.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Gulp is actually a NA streamer. So I actually a solid diamond 2, diamond 1-ish Terran. So yeah. Okay, so do I put it on your vision
Yeah.
or you're spamming too much?
And now you can put it wherever you're comfortable on. So yeah, me basically walking into this game, I already pre-planned how I'm gonna do this game. It was actually for one of our planned walls. Um, so I decided I'm gonna do a 5 roach pressure on this game.
Okay.
It's not a particularly difficult build to do. It's more of a mind game build, because it can lead to all-in three base 60 drone all-in.
Okay.
Or yeah, you can, even if your opponent scouts it, the Roach Warren and that, you can actually cancel your Roach Warren once they're done scouting, and you actually can transition into a standard macro game. It plays a bit of mind games with your opponent.
Actually, I don't think I ever saw someone like cancel the roach warrant. That's an interesting idea. I could actually try that, and if they scouted, whatever.
Yeah.
At what point is it worth to cancel the roach warrant? Like if they instantly scout, or if they just, I don't know,
So
so and so.
usually a Terra natural response, if they're gonna scout a Roach Warren, they will start bunkering up and they'll probably either go into a siege tank or banshee from their side. But the purpose of this build, the actual purpose of build, you shouldn't allow them to scout, but you can cancel just to make them think that, okay, roaches are coming, and immediately some term players, they won't actually SUV up, they would go on to building units, So while they're building units in macro, all you have to do is have good scouting, because if they see you macroing, they might push out to try kill you. But if you hold that off, you should be able to, you'll be ahead automatically. So yeah, I took up I put Lings. It was an early pull from my side. The reason being, if the nice thing about early Lings, if the opponent doesn't scout it, you can actually snap the SUV that's building by the natural, the CC by the natural, and you can actually, delay the actual natural a good amount of time. Even when eventually the roaches come, it will still delay the natural on their side.
Yeah, I think you do the same thing here. So I'm really curious if this is gonna go into a cancel. Ooh, it actually pulls SCVs. Interesting.
Yeah, no, there I should have actually not committed as much with my Lings. That from our side, I strongly believe that was a waste of minerals. That was what? It was 100 minerals basically wasted.
Wait, 100 minerals on your or their side?
On my side.
Oh, your side.
I could have pulled up with those things.
Ah, yeah, you could have got the links, yeah. I mean, he also pulled workers for it, so... And you delayed the natural quite a lot.
So, yeah, the purpose of this build, you only build about 5 roaches. You can actually can lean it towards actually build 4 roaches or 5 and then morph one into a raven. That also helps. You just can walk up to there, then ramp, and if you get in the base, you can actually do some damage, because usually what terrorist response, they will start pulling a lot of workers off. And while they attack with your roaches, they would have a bit of units behind it, but you do tend to snap up some SUVs and that with it. Can cause a bit of chaos. But one thing I've got to say, you mustn't try actually macro too much or focus. If you have a solid macro behind this build, then you can get a pretty crisp timing and that.
Okay. So now I see that, yeah, you started joining up, so... Ooh. Spire. Okay, walk me through the thought process of following it up with the Spire.
Okay, so the Spire, it's okay. So usually, majority, if I play this build, what actually happens when you build a Spire, some guys go force for some reason, because those counter mutas. They think you're going to commit to mutas, but you actually don't. As soon as that Spire is done, max your build is 6 mutas. That's it. Do the rest. They don't sculpt the Spire nothing. They don't always have torrents up at the base, so you can actually, mess up the whole rhythm, take some SUVs out, and you do your thing with them. Behind
Yeah.
that, is the key is when you would set up a 1-1 timing with your roaches.
Okay, so you still go for like heavy roach push after that.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, Banshee. Interesting. So I guess this one you just defend with your queens. Do you
Yeah.
actually want to have the Spire scouted, or you try to hide it still?
I try to keep it very concealed, because them I can't really actually build mutas in that sense to do a bit of damage, because I will try more focus on their mineral lines. And once they got their pool and all of that, I'll do some muta flybars on over there if I find a marine standing alone, or even if you put them over their production as the marines go around. 6 mutas take marines as they fall up the barracks and that. So it's actually, you snap some units on your side.
I actually like this idea with how you actually use these mutas. The idea behind it. That's a really solid idea.
Yeah, it was like a bit of a double whammy because I was concentrating about the meters and I didn't see that drop. I think all fairness I also didn't have vision there, which I don't recommend. I always recommend try and get one of your overlords. Always. Yeah,
Ah, yeah, this drop. Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because you didn't have them in position. Oh, happens to the best, I guess. Okay. Quick question here.
Yeah.
When you have these type of Hellion run-bys, I know a lot of Zergs tend to pull away, but what do you think, in your opinion, what did work for you the most
Oh,
to
pulling away
actually?
is not the actual best reaction, because when you pull away, sometimes they would go in a straight line, and that's when the Hellion
That's what I'm
does the
asking.
best damage. The reason why I pulled away, I was, I was being honest, I was actually being more lazy on my game, yeah. Um, I'm not sure I was being more lazy, so I can more focus the mutas and all of that. So I was in between there, but the right thing I should have actually did a pre-split, so it's minimal damage and all of that. What I could have done as well, because I did know you had Hellions, I should have actually scouted with my mutas, take it out, then try to race to the base and snipe that first turret out.
Okay. How
Right.
much of a priority are these mutas? Like, when do you think they serve their purpose and you can just let them, you can be like more lazy without having to babysit them?
Well, what's with the right way of doing it is you rest 5 seconds, shift kick them in a corner where they can't get thing. You're still let nine, yeah, you can't really get lazy on any units. It's not the best practice because it's minerals. You know, the longer you keep them survive, actually, the more better you trade at the end of the day. Even if it's just been annoying, they're not doing a lot of damage. These 5 meters, it's just you're just now focusing on messing your opponent's rhythm up completely.
Okay, so every unit counts. So they come in masses. Every unit counts.
That does. I strongly believe that.
Ooh, instantly stims. Nice. I guess like even forcing a stim and burning medevac energy is really good as well.
Yeah, that's good if you burn it, but see, the time my 1-1 hits and the time I get my roaches across the map, yeah, you'll recover that energy. So,
Oh,
yeah, depends if it was forced while these units were close to main army and that. So this one usually with this build, I build actually I have a three full saturated bases, but I saw he wasn't. He just had marine, so I actually decided to just train up to 10 on my third and just constant roach production, roach revenue.
okay. And what do you focus actually with these? Like, I guess you set up an overlord and you have ravagers to just snipe them from afar, but how do you approach these fights? Where do you want to fight? What's the ideal fight for you here?
That's where the MUTA comes in. The MUTA, it's actually a good scouting unit to see what's positioned. Um, Generally, you want this specific build now at this stage of the build, because I didn't max out my third. Now, this build of mine has turned into a all-in basically. So I have to do as much damage as possible. You see, I can't let him max out. The hours I will lose the game at this stage.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense
But
because you don't have the economy. All
yes,
right, that's pretty solid. I love how the thought process went from like you can actually just commit to the roach war in a tad bit. You can actually turn it into an all-in. You can turn it into just a simple mind game, canceling it, going into the macro game.
yeah.
I love your honesty, by the way, with the pulling of the drones with the Hellions. But you actually gave a real purpose, like a real good reason, because you wanted to focus more on the mutas. And I guess you just judged that it was a better option there to just focus on the mutas. Yeah, just following up with this powerful attack, I think this this is pretty straightforward, and I might actually just try this when I play Zerg next time against Terran.
Yeah, no,
Because
you must give it a try.
I don't think I ever tried the 5 roach pressure.
Definitely. It's like I said, it's not really a hard ball to learn. The only difference when you open up your open 17 pool, 17 hatch, and then 17 gas.
Everything on 17.
Oh, not everything, sorry. 17 pool, 17 hatch, and then 16 gas.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. And as soon as your pool is done, you build 4 links and you build your roach warren immediately.
So wait, oh yeah, so you go, yeah, because you went pool first. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, because you want that roach warren as fast as possible, and actually, I guess the reason why you don't go, do you go for like, you don't go for, is there a version with like 12 pool?
Well, to be honest, I don't play a lot of 12 pool against Terran. But I
No, I'm just asking
saw.
because I saw a couple. Actually, there is something against Protoss, I think. But I never knew if it was a 12 pool because I always saw the follow up with the Roach Warren, and I wasn't sure what that is. Like, if is it the 12 pool? Is it the 16 pool? 17, whatever.
Yeah.
No,
But
I
like I
actually
said,
don't.
if the guy, even if you got the Reaper scouts your roach warren and it's the building, you can cancel it. If it's builded ready, it's your choice. You can either commit with 4 or 5 roaches, or you can actually just leave it there for later in the game. Drone up, creep spread. The guy's thinking you're going to put pressure. Time he sees you macroing up, he's going to say you're going to have good creep spread. You're ready, taking your 4, everything. And then we can actually saturate faster to almost 80, 90 drones.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we go to the next one?
Yeah, we can go to the next one. Super, super solid replay, by the way. I actually like this one a lot. Okay, and ZvZ now. Oops, wait a second. Why did I click watch solo? Never mind. Reflex. Let me just actually.
Yeah, not fought in that phone booth.
Yeah. Just get out and go watch with others.
Yeah.
There we go.
No problem. I'm just going to be honest. This is like stinky cheese. It's us. A lot of the guys see me play standard, also such as the tonight with numbers and all of that. But I don't think a lot of the guys see me play cheesy.
Yeah, I actually wonder if I saw you. I think I did at some point. By the way, I also love how you actually already queued up the Overlord. Okay, so so this is going to be the 15, 14, 14,
14,
right?
14. So yeah, you build extractor trick, build another drone. So yeah,
And you
50
do
down
like
for
2
14
extractor
so far.
tricks, right?
It depends. Not at the beginning, no. Beginning.
Oh wait, no, you don't need a second one. You just build a drone in between.
Yeah, so the open hatch first.
Okay, so
And then
for those who don't know, 15, 14, 14 means 15 supply, which you do with the extractor trick. You build a hatchery, then you go for 14 gas and then 14 pool. So it's still hatch gas pool, but at different supply timings. What does this build achieve? What is the goal of this build?
also all in Zerg flat build. It's really and it can be difficult to spot because you think your opponent, okay, you open hatch first. But you'll see as this hatchery is finished, I'll show you. I'll compare the opponent open pool first. But usually if the opponent goes hatch first, you'll see actually the creep spread, because this is open earlier, the creep spread is further than yours. That's how you would compare it. Then you know, meaning, okay, this guy's going to lean flood. with the 13, 14, 14 because
Oof, that's actually really difficult to spot, in my opinion.
so it's two ways. You spot it by how many overlords. So with this build, you have a very late third overlord. Okay.
Ah, yeah, because you even get your third over. Like you do the second. When do you do the second extractor trick? Because I saw you did a second one.
So that's a bit of a mix in a build. It's not. I do the second one now and again after I build my pool to get another drone out faster for minerals.
Yeah,
While the
but you already
overlord
have
is,
the overload on the way, I guess.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, and then all I do, I transition drones. So if he does scout, it looks like I'm actually making drones.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's a cheeky. Yeah, that's stinky cheese level. Okay, and you actually this is like a classic speedling flood, I guess, right?
Yes.
Do you actually save the links? Yeah, I guess you save the links.
Yes, yes. So I'll move at the back. You don't want him to see as many. So I'm moving, making sure he doesn't stuff this whole bunch of links.
Okay.
Because if he scouts it, all he has to do is wall off the main, and then I'll use the map. The game.
Yeah, I think he did it. One of your clan war opponents did that, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was, I think, last week's match.
Yeah, that was that was painful actually, but it
Yeah.
happens.
What I do with this actually third overlord, actually Arcade, I actually look for overlords. So if an overlord is close to where I'm going to flank that, I actually set my queen in to go try to stop that overlord.
Okay. And question, how much supply you're actually waiting for?
I'm waiting for actually not supply, just before link speed is done, then I'll start moving out already.
Okay. And until then you basically you stop so you stop droning when at what, like, oh, only 16 workers.
Yeah, I'll stop draining at 16. So it's technically 13 on minerals, but as soon as you have enough for metabolic use, you take those three and you put it on minerals, your three
Okay.
gas. And that's it.
Wow. Like just the insides, those small details, how you actually need to scout that, how you know it or just fail to recognize it. It's impressive.
Oh, I saw this build. It's actually a mate of mine also used this build, but he's a very cheesy player. He actually cheeses his way to master two.
Wow.
you can't play standard that well. It's like a Zerg version of Pintef, just without the cannons. But yeah, it's a very short game, but yeah, you can link flood. If your opponent doesn't scout it, all of that, yeah, you can be in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
Alright. And
This
that's it
this
from
is going to be a build that I'm going to try, like, seriously. I've heard this one, like the 15, 14, 14. You've mentioned it so many times that I actually need to try it because it actually looks really, really sick. Uh, it's kind of like that little technical thing with the 13, 12 and 12, 11. So those have like their own purpose, but this 15, 14, 14, this looks really good. I
all
just
the
tried to
things.
freestyle it. Of course, I failed, but now actually I know. I was even telling. I think I was telling the chat on stream, not actually someone specific, that I need you to explain this build to me. So that's a really solid build.
There is pros and cons that build. The one con I would say is you don't have a Bane nest. Unlike the 13-12, you can still push for a Bane nest. I suppose you can keep on gas, push Bane nest, but you won't have as much limits
Yeah, that's true.
as
Because you won't have enough drones for mineral mining.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Super,
it from my
super.
side.
All right. Very short and concise. This was really, really solid. Like, you actually brought us to really, really cool builds. Um, And honestly, I'm even more glad because these are the builds that people like watch, and you're like, okay, I see this quite frequently, and okay, but what is the purpose of these builds? What are the transitions? What can you do after these? Like, yeah, thank you very much for this really good insight, honestly, on these two builds. I kind of like it.
No problem. Anytime, Mouse.
Yeah, I actually wanted, I had the Baneling bus build for ZvZ, and now I got the 15, 14, 14 without the need of getting into Baneling. So yes, I have two all-in builds.
Now, just remember, ZvZ is retrying the less wins, huh?
True. That's actually a test. You guys should have heard. Adam was like, oh, it's like, oh, Les Jones wins the game, and we're like laughing, and he just looks at one of the replays, and he sees, okay, look, as you were something. It was something like the all in you or something,
Yeah, I was on
and you were like,
45 trying
look,
smart.
yeah, and the guy is like, the guy is like all in you, and he wins, and you're like, look, this just basically proves my theory. Oh, I had to laugh so much at that one. It was so sad, but it was funny at the same time. Just recognizing this pattern. I don't know how it turns out this well about with like Les Jones. Usually, people say like, "Oh, build workers, build workers." ZvZ, nope.
Yeah, CVZ.
I
Anyway,
remember Rettanet was actually coaching me with my Zerg, and he was okay. So why do you play this build and that build, and why do you do this, and you're just roach all-in and everything. Uh, and I'm like, dude, but I'm not cheesing that much. Okay, except for ZvZ, and he's like, ZvZ, you know what? If you wouldn't cheese, I would actually ask you to cheese. He was like, I'm not blaming anyone who cheeses in ZvZ.
ZVZ can just escalate. If it's standard, it goes to Roach Ravenger. Then, well, especially in the Diamond League, what I noticed, the guys race each other for we can get Lurker down first. That's it.
Yeah,
After Lurker, then it's we can get Viper first. And so forth, so on.
I think the perfect late game macro, stressful late game macro situation is Raynor versus Dark 2022 Katowice. I think it was 2K atmospheres.
Yeah.
That was a super solid game.
But yes, other than that, yeah. Sorry I didn't bring, I know I gave a variety of Terran and a Zerg. I didn't give a Protoss. My Protoss is my worst matchup at the moment. The only nice one I give, but I'm not going to give it because MAUZY is still busy with it. So I'm not going to, ruin, I'm not going to do spoilers. I think MAUZY knows which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I know. You know what? You know what? Actually, we're gonna start tomorrow. You know what? We're gonna
Yeah.
start Spectrum series tomorrow, guys. Spectrum series tomorrow starts tomorrow. No questions asked. Somewhere when I wake up, I'll just finish the video, and there we go. That's it. Yeah,
Okay, guys.
Adam, thank you very
Oh,
much for being here and giving us this really nice insight on these two builds.
anytime,
Uh,
Miles.